hello people. It's Poet on the RedCubed server. This is something new that we have just started working on, and let me go up and show you guys. It's kind of the idea that I was thinking about, but not really. I just don't know if it looks right for what I want. So I'm going to... Oh, what music do we got? Oh, chirp, and I'll just play Strad. Okay, so this is basically the idea, the concept, is that we'll have this long hallway, and this hallway will of course have a top over it, which leads into this room, which is the bedroom, basically. And we might have a waterfall elevator, just like we do in the main room there. Don't know yet for sure if we still want that or not, but I'm going to work on something, possibly. Because that's supposed to be the chest room and everything down there, so I don't know if I want the two to link up, but we'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, this will probably just expand and become glass, so that I can look down and get vertigo all that I want. Okay, so this is basically the bedroom area. Now I put these walls just like this, kind of spaced them out weird, because I was going to maybe do something with that design, but I think I'm changing my mind about it, because I don't really know what I was going to do with it. I was going to maybe have them come up and then like all converge on the center point or something, but I don't know. I just don't really know right now what I want, because although this room looks pretty big and looks how I envisioned it up here, the second that let me just check my boots. Okay, they're feather falling. The second that I get down here and I look up, like if I go down to the end here, closer to this little town, and look up, like that kind of looks not very nice. I don't like the way that it looks. It should be wider. It should go up to like there and just expand from there. So I don't know what I'm gonna maybe have to do. Maybe I just have to expand it, and that's the end of it. Don't quite know yet. Like, I'd have to expand this middle circle area out to about there, and then not have these two layers, if you know what I mean, which is an option, I guess. And I just got an idea for that too. Just got an idea. So I'm actually gonna work on that. Look at that. Drew's on, or possibly Drew's neighbor. I don't know. Apparently Drew's at PAX, or was at PAX. Maybe this is a real Drew. I don't know. But he had his neighbor or something on his account, or I don't know the details. I might be making it up, so I won't assume. And I'll say and we will continue with what we were saying. Okay, so I'm gonna just climb up here and remove all the wool from these two layers. It was a lot of work putting them up there, but I got an idea. So I'm gonna make use of that idea. Okay, so lots to talk about. This episode was actually going to be recorded facecam style. I was going to do it. And I didn't chicken out or anything like that. Don't jump the gun with your assumptions, but what happened was basically I just didn't have the time to set everything up and get everything done, because it's getting pretty late at night, and I was going to take the time and do that, but well, maybe for next episode or an episode like it. I also kind of decided that, you know, since this episode is mostly just me building and digging and breaking like we're doing right now, and not a whole lot of action, that my expressions, like I could practically do this with my eyes closed, really. So I don't need a face cam for this kind of thing. It just wouldn't be very exciting to watch. Here, let's all watch Poet sleep for a while. But, well, I'm not sleeping. This isn't boring or anything like that, but you know, it's not like the most exciting, oh, my face is going to change so much. No, but okay. So I kind of wanted to talk about that whole thing, though. For you guys, it's been weeks. Weeks and weeks, in fact. Because I've been only posting these like once a week. And I'm finding that, you know what, I might have to turn up the amount of times that I record this and put it up, because I just have like this right now. What episode is this? I can't tell because I screwed up all my numbers, and I'm kind of just having to fix it as I go. But what, like episode 39, 40, something like that, 41 maybe. And right now, like the facecam episode's posted when I have like episode 36 up. So this is like 4 or 5 weeks away. Are you kidding? That's too much. And I've got time. The series that I thought that I was going to be doing or wanted to do and might even still do, it just hasn't happened yet. I thought like when the powers that be, I'll say, when we were all talking about me getting into this other server and doing some recording and stuff, I thought it was going to be like we were talking, okay, this is like going to happen this week. And it's been, I think, over a month now, possibly. Maybe it just feels like over a month, but it's been a long time and nothing's happened yet. So I think what I'll do is the space that I kind of reserved for that, I am going to be maybe doing this episode twice a week. We'll see how it goes. That would at least give a little bit more content, a little bit more frequent. But I don't know yet. Like, by the time you watch this, maybe I've already decided to do that. I just don't know. It's something that I'm thinking about right now. So if it's already happened, then it's already happened. Surprise. If it hasn't happened, then I think it probably will. Until that new series comes along, for sure. And then I'll go back to doing this just once a week. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so in other news, and this is kind of sad news, I did talk about my grandfather being in the hospital, and unfortunately he did pass away. Funeral was last week, the beginning of last week, so you know it's already done. Everything's done. Everything's taken care of. So it's done. That's all there is to it. And I think I explained it in the last episode I talked about him, is that him and I weren't really all that close. And I might have also talked about the fact that I'm not really a fan. Maybe I didn't talk about it. I'll talk about it again here, just in case I didn't talk about it, and even if I did, you'll get a repeat. But I'm not a fan of funerals. Like, everybody grieves in their own way, and I realize that some people need funerals or wakes or, you know, basic gatherings of family and friends to celebrate the life, or you know, that kind of stuff, or a write out classic funeral. But for me, I don't grieve in that way. If I'm gonna grieve, and this has nothing to do with how close I was to him, I've had really close friends who have passed away, and I won't attend the funeral. And it's not out of disrespect. At least that's, I hope if they are wherever they are, if they still exist on any kind of plane out there, I don't mean any offense to them. That's for sure. And I don't mean to offend their memory or anything like that. Everybody grieves in their own way. And I grieve in a very intimate and independent way, I'll say. Like, I would much rather just sit here and reflect on my own, maybe in my own way, you know. I don't need the comfort and support of others to do that kind of thing. It's just the way that I am. Like I say, it's not to offend the memory of anybody and, you know, that kind of stuff. But in this case, because, you know what, he is my grandfather. And like I said in the last episode, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him, you know? Literally would not be here. So, in that respect, you know what? I am going to be there to support the family more than myself. So I went to the funeral. And actually, I turned out to be one of the pallbearers, which, again, it was something that I wasn't really comfortable doing. But to comfort the family, I did that kind of thing for them. So it was a nice funeral, I guess. I say I guess because the way that it was presented was kind of, you know, kind of without taste, I'll say. I don't want to offend anybody, but, you know, it could have been better. Could have been better. You know, in respect to my grandfather. But, like I was getting, that's what I was getting to. To make this longer story, this depressing story, short, is, like I said, I was never close to him. And when he passed away, nobody was really shocked. He was 100 years old, and people were kind of expecting it. You know, he was injured, and we were just kind of counting the days. But like I say, I wasn't very close with him. It didn't get to me until long. It was actually like a day or two after the funeral. My father came to me, and he actually said something that just, oh, it was heart-wrenching, you know? I might not have been close to him, but this thing got to me. And this is, like I say, everybody grieves in their own way, and I chose to grieve when I chose to grieve. It was just, you know, my thing. And it was long after the funeral. So here I am talking to my dad, and he says it was a funny thing. I said, what's a funny thing? He says, well, your grandfather, in his wallet, amongst all of his, you know, not credit cards, but he had like shopping cards, you know how every store gives you a card basically these days. Amongst all of his other cards and bits of paper and little tiny, you know, what guys have in their wallets. I can't describe it to you guys. Amongst all of that stuff, he had one photograph. And that photograph was of me as a little kid. My grandfather, who I was not close with, who has many, many, many grandchildren and even great-grandchildren, had one photo in his wallet, and it was of me. Like, that's almost choking me up just talking about it now. Like, it just why? You know? Why me? Of all of his grandchildren, he had one picture, and it was of me. That just, it affected me more than I even realized at the time. And it was just, like, that's when I basically had to take a step back and kind of just on my own reflect about what the meaning of that was, why he would have that, you know, like all that kind of stuff. And it was I don't know, that kind of thing. You think that you know someone, and you think that you have a certain relationship with someone, but when they're gone, it's, yeah, chokes me up. But anyway, that's that. I just wanted to tell you guys that I had been going through that. It's been weeks now by the time you see this, regardless of when I post this episode. I mean, and to show you guys, like, I basically worked through the whole thing, did the funeral, came home, and I had to put on basically a happy face. That's when I recorded my episode 98 of the dinosaur mod, was the day of the funeral. So, I mean, that's basically what I'd been going through that whole time. So, yep, gonna be open and honest with you guys. So, hope you respect that. And I don't know because I haven't seen the other episodes yet, but if you left any good luck and well wishes, they are very much appreciated. So, onto much happier and delightful things. I think I'll get back to talking about the face cam thing that I was doing. Well, it's not really a lighter thing. I'm going to say this because and now I'm in rant mode. So complete flip in conversation. Poet is in rant mode. I'll just say this. I did a face cam as not only for you guys, but for myself as well. You know, it was something that I know if you watch this series, I was not comfortable doing. It was something like a fear of mine, I guess I could say. Something that I didn't want to do for a long time, but I did it because you guys wanted it. And I mean, some of you probably didn't really care or didn't want it at all, but I just wanted to be that much more close to you guys, I guess. That's how I can describe that. I wanted to show you guys that I was a real person, and so on and so forth. So, basically, what happened, and I'll just basically put it out there, I did get some hurtful comments, but not a lot, you know? I think the video when I last checked, and it's above that now, but when I checked it had like 138 comments, not videos, and only 2 of them that I could count that I had removed. I'll be honest about that too. I removed them. Only 2 of them were negative, you know. So that was actually really positive, and that helped me basically confirm that you guys are just amazing. You are awesome people. I mean, I was touched by that too. It's all about being touched this week in this episode. But no, I appreciate all the positive comments. The negative ones, well, you know where to shove it, honestly. Because really, and I've talked about this with people before. People are people for what they believe in and what they do for others, you know, that kind of thing. I would like to assume that I'm a good person. I try to do good. I donate my time and my income and my everything to charity. I do this for you guys more than myself. There isn't money in it, that's for sure. But I do it for you guys. So I really appreciate when people are positive. When they're negative, then it just bothers me. I'm not going to get this out properly because I'm kind of getting confused with what I'm talking about because of the way that the circle is looking. But let me see if I could go back to what I was just saying. I'd like to think that I'm a good person, and with that said, you know, whatever someone says about me, it doesn't bother me. I actually appreciate like when people are trying to defend me or something like that. But I don't know why I worked on that circle so much. I'm just going to cover it like this, actually, in the end. Like that. There we go. What a person looks like on the outside, or what they sound like, or what the color of their skin is, or anything like that, should have absolutely no bearing on your thoughts about them. Their actions are what you should think about. If a guy is a dirty, rotten jerk of a person, then think of him that way, because he deserves it. But if a guy, you know, tries his hardest, tries his best to please others, and that's what I think and I hope that I'm doing, by basically making these videos. And like I said, I donate a lot of my time and effort to charity. You know, I'd like to be a good person because that's what I chose to do in life. You know, everybody makes choices. If you're going to be the type of person who judges me because of the way that I look, or the way, you know, that kind of thing, the way that I sound, the color of my skin, whatever it might be, then I am sorry to tell you that you are that's bigotry, you know? Honestly. And you yourself ought to look in the mirror and reevaluate what you see. Can't believe I'm out of spruce already. Man. Someone been taking my spruce? Probably. See if someone stuck any in another chest. I know I certainly didn't. That's bookshelves. Crafting tables. Nope, so no spruce. And I took down the whole farm. Let's look in here. No, nothing. Well, I guess I'll have to finish that later. I guess I'm going to just go see how that's starting to look. I want to look underneath. But anyway, yeah, that looks better. I like it. I'm just going to go this way and look too. But getting back on what I was saying is, you know, I appreciate everybody's positive comments. The negative ones, you know, I was actually, well, I can't say I was shocked. I was actually expecting a lot more. But, you know, the ones that I did read were hurtful for absolutely no reason. And, you know, you don't know me. You think you might know me. Maybe you've seen a lot of episodes and you think you know me, but you don't know me. And if I look a certain way, maybe it's for a certain reason. Maybe it's for a certain choice. And maybe it's nothing at all. I mean, you know, if people think that I don't know. I'm just gonna say, you know, if I have a weight problem or something, you know, I'm actually like 10 pounds overweight only. I got a big head. That's all. But you look at me in person and I'm perfectly fine. Maybe it's the headphones make my head look fat. I don't know. But I'll say this. You know, if I choose to call myself fat because I go out there every day and eat nothing but greasy foods and don't take care of myself and I'm lazy and that kind of stuff, you know, that's up to me to call myself that. It's no business of yours. You know, that's what I'll get to. You know, you shouldn't judge someone by their looks. Don't judge a book by its cover is the very common expression. So, I mean, if that's your opinion of me because of the way that I look, then you are a very shallow person. And the only thing that you deserve is to be blocked from the channel. So, like I said, I did block just only 2 so far. Only 2 people from my channel. Because you know what? If you're going to be that kind of person, I could really care less about your views on my videos. And I could care even less than that about the comments that you make. So, I block. That's all. With that said, I will be doing more facecam. I really honestly am not hurt by what people say, and I appreciate your support and all that kind of stuff, but honestly, like, I'm not hurt by it. I have the ability, I'm an adult, I am like 30 years old here. Let's get that straight. I am an adult, and I have the ability to simply click the block button and continue on my way. If you see someone who is saying something about me somewhere, maybe, whatever, you don't have to retaliate. You don't have to say anything at all. Simply click the downvote, click mark it as spam, you know, maybe tell me about it, but move on. You know, don't let two wrongs don't make a right. Don't let it get out of hand, is what I was going to say. So, with that, hopefully you guys appreciate what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm trying to be a good person. I hope that you guys don't judge me by the way that I look. And yeah, I guess this is basically it. I always run out to town when I'm done my episodes, and I think that we've been recording for quite some time now. Who's on still? Just me and Nova. So with that, the sunset is our closing to this video. I appreciate all the positive comments, like I said. Of course, if you're not subscribed, then you can go ahead and do that. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.